tiny 6-game slate, but most of the pitchers are over 8K, so you got 7 guys to choose from. Are you paying all the way up for Jordan Montgomery at 10K?
I don't think so. I don't think he's out of play. So to me, this slate is a pretty interesting small slate where there's actually a lot of potential for leverage. So for cash games, I think guys like Alek Manoah and Lance Lynn are more of the obvious choices, and Jordan Montgomery might just be a little expensive for a tough matchup against the Braves. But for GPPs, I think Manoah and Lynn, with what their ownership is likely to be, they're not really that exciting because I think they're both flawed for the matchup. Lance Lynn is facing the Blue Jays, which is tough, and Manoah has just been kind of inconsistent. His matchup isn't great either. So I think my favorite guy for tournaments is actually Huascar Ynoa, who's facing the Yankees. And the main reason I like him is that I do think the Yankees will be the most popular offense on this slate. They're getting a little bit of a park downgrade in Atlanta compared to the Bronx, but they're also losing a DH. So this lineup won't look as good as it normally does with a pitcher in there. We could see a regular player who normally is DHing, someone like Stanton or Judge, out of the lineup. So that would be a boost for Ynoa too. But I just think the strikeout upside is there, even though there's a lot of volatility in this matchup. So there's no one who's perfect. I don't think there's any pitcher that's safe really on this slate. But I do think Ynoa has a lot of upside for the ownership he's likely to get.
All right, Paul, where are you going for a pitcher over 8K?
I'm going to go to Lance Lynn against the Blue Jays. He's held opponents to a 2.25 ERA and a 2.29 batting average and 3.29 ERA over his last 10 starts, and only allowed 5 homers along the way. I also like his 61 strikeouts in that stretch as an indicator that he's more than capable of facing a free-swinging club that's suddenly slumping with only two wins in their last 9. They're not scoring runs like they were most of the season in this cold spot. His mound opponent, Alek Manoah, is coming off his poorest start of a very impressive rookie campaign as well. So I wonder if the kid will continue to struggle against the solid Sox lineup. And am I guessing that it's the third cycle through where Zach Greinke's name has come up, and I'm the only one in this segment who's on him? I'm going to stick with him. He's rewarded me with a pair of excellent starts recently. The last one against the same Royals he'll face tonight. I'm back on the Astros veteran, priced at 8,900 because he continues an excellent run during his last 10 starts, where he's pitched to a whip of 106, an ERA of 2.93, featuring his excellent control. And the Royals offense is still one of the weakest in the AL. And their starting pitcher, Daniel Lynch, has a whip of 150 and a 5.12 ERA. I see a high win probability for my guy.
All right, Erik, what do we think? Pitcher over 8K, where are you going to be going?
Yeah, I don't identify as a grumpy old curmudgeon yet. You got to give me a couple decades for that, but I'm going to be one today. It's feels like a Monday. I do not like most of these expensive guys. Lance Lynn, Alek Manoah, Huascar Ynoa, all facing strong lineups. Jordan Montgomery, he's not a 5-digit guy. Zach Greinke, he just faced these Royals, which gives the Royals a boost. And if I want an old guy who doesn't get any strikeouts, I might as well just go $8,000 cheaper. And I'm going to go with Kyle Hendricks. Not really because I'm the world's biggest Kyle Hendricks fan, but because I don't really like any of the other choices. He's facing a Rockies team that's second worst by WRC plus on the season. Hendricks is more prone to blowups than normal this season. Just had 9 runs against the Brewers 2 starts ago. But even with that, he's been quite solid since the start of May. Really was awful in April. But since the start of May, 3.39 ERA. Still only a 16.7% strikeout rate over that stretch. He doesn't have as high a ground ball rate as he used to. But, man, it's a Rockies team away from home. That matchup is friendly enough that I think at 8,100, he's the best value out there.